First off, tell me a little bit about how you found performing for virtual festivals like Abracadabra.
I mean, it all started at the beginning of quarantine, really. I mean, we were doing physical events in Tulum with my partner, my girlfriend. She kind of produces all the Abracadabra stuff. And, we started asking ourselves questions. How long is this going to last? How are we going to bring value to our community in this time? How are we still going to offer music? And actually, it happened very organically. Someone reached out to me on Instagram, and you don't see all your messages, so I happened to see this one, and I read it, and it was she was offering kind of a 1 hour offering to the music industry from Tony Robbins, because Tony Robbins wanted to reach out to the music industry because we were so hard hit, entertainment, music, and he wanted to offer his kind of some tools that we can all use. And so she asked me to get together some professionals for the music industry, and they gave us like an hour kind of pep talk and asking the right questions, like how, really getting to a solution on how you can really bring value to your community in this time. And just from that, the live aspect started, the online virtual space.
Yeah, describe a little bit about how it changes your performance to be doing it in a virtual way.
So my performance in general, so I'm DJing. I never used to use a mic. I'm
Yeah.
now using a mic to, like, for instance, last night on my live show, what happened was someone in the chat, like the chat is very on Twitch is very engaging. We can give instant feedback to each other, and that's something I never used to get from a dance floor. You would get smiles, they would be kind of far away. You would hear some things in the background, but you wouldn't actually get instant like this conversation that you can have with your fans in the crowd. So someone said third eye, and I just happened to like catch that in the chat because it's scrolling quite quickly. And I was like, oh, third eye. Okay. So I started like rubbing my third eye, and then it started a conversation. So we started basically just like breathing into the third eye, and during the whole set. So during the whole, my performance, we just worked on our third eye. We gave lots of attention to it. And that's, for those of the not familiar, the third eye is kind of a portal to your sixth, seventh sense, to your energy, connecting to your energy body, which is, we're so lost in our minds right now. So it's so super important to be aware of that. And it
Now,
kind of had a whole storyline, then someone talking about unicorns, and then third eye, is the something somehow connected to, and we're writing the story together. And
yeah,
that's how it's kind of adapted right now.
yeah, that's really interesting because it almost brings something totally different to your experience of it, right?
And equally as valuable
Mm.
and rewarding, all day long, every day you hear how DJs miss their physical gigs. And we all, yes, we do, but there's also a rainbow at the other side, if you choose to open that door.
Do you think when you go back to being in a club, when there's a vaccine or treatment or something, that you'll bring some of these learnings into that experience? Like maybe you'll have some sort of virtual component when you do live sets?
That is 100% for sure. It already has a name,
Uh,
hybrid events. So, I mean, before we were so busy just doing live events that you don't even think about how we can evolve. And so when we go back to physical events, we will have the physical. So there's ticket sales there. And then all these other people around the world that can't necessarily travel or fit in the physical event. So we can have an interactive hybrid component, where it's also interactive for the viewers all around the world. We actually did it last week. I was in Tulum, and I did a live performance, and the mic was only audible to the viewers at home virtually. So the people in the physical event, they can't hear the mic, but they felt the vibe from whatever was happening.
Interesting.
And then you can also go further. You can also live in different worlds. So in the VR space, soon it will be so real, it will feel so real that you can also have an offering in the VR space. So there's all these different worlds that that Abracadabra can live in.
It's an environmental festival. Do you have particular environmental issues that you identify with or feel strongly about?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel strongly about so many environmental issues, but the one that I chose to concentrate on, because I feel like in the music industry I can actually help make a change. It's so obvious that it's a problem. Is with single-use plastic. So for this festival we're supporting Bye Bye Plastic, Lonely Whale, and Parlay for Oceans. And I met Parlay through Adidas on some projects that they were working together. And Lonely Whale, we do a lot of things through single-use plastic. They're great at media campaigns and activating influencers to kind of make viral content around it to get the word out. And then Bye Bye Plastic is it's my foundation that I work with like 10 other women on, and Vic, where we're just trying to get rid of single-use plastic in the music industry by 2025.
Wow, that's ambitious.
Yeah, we're ambitious.
That's great. For people who are maybe less familiar with your music, why don't you just tell a little bit about your musical sound, so people who don't know as much about you can learn.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's best heard because it's a feeling. But right now, my music it's electronic based, it's house music, but it's really about positivity, sharing positivity right now. There's nothing dark about my music. It's always uplifting, journey, so telling a story. But again, like, English language is so hard to describe a feeling. So definitely advise, I mean, come hear me play, and then you tell me how I play.